I want to start off by saying, like, yeah, I look like a fucking mess, and like somebody found me from behind a dumpster, but listen, it's fine. It's totally cool. Hi, welcome to my shitty bed. Hi. Hello. How are you guys doing? These are the rings for the day. Here's the rings for the day. Let me straighten them out and then show you. Can you see them? I don't know. Those are the rings for the day. Yeah. So, yeah, I look like a hot mess. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally cool. Earlier I was like doing a like makeup video, but then I was just ranting about crazy shit that was really upsetting me. And so I just had to like stop. I was like, no, bitch, just like do your makeup and then you can make a video later after you're done. Like, you don't need to be screaming and smacking yourself with the fucking thing. So yeah. My leg is fucking bruised. Number one, I totally fell and ate shit, which means I hurt myself outside. I fell into a bunch of pallets, and thankfully my kneecaps broke my fall. But now they are all black and purple and yellow and green because they are bruised up. And then I almost broke my leg, the same knee cap that was mostly black and purple, in the crack of my bed, like stepping over animals so that way they could sleep peacefully. I almost broke my leg because I fell into the hole. Because I'm really good at being human, very good at it. In fact, you can trust me with launch codes. Just kidding. There's a hat that says that. It's like a little ball cap. I want to get it. I want to get it so bad. Because we have like a lot of jokes about stuff like that. I don't know. We joke about, I've lived through like 9 apocalypses here in the West. And so it's just table talk to joke about like the end and stuff like that. But I need to be careful about what I say because earlier I like went off about how angry I was about something, and I don't want to go off again, but I might. I love how people think that I don't know, because I was thinking about lice just now. And it's so gross. Anyways, yeah, it's fucking gross. I was thinking about when I was a kid. I don't have lice. Okay, but I was thinking about when I was a kid. I used to hang on these kids that always had lice. I don't know why. Some people said it came off the trees. I don't know. I don't know what's true and what's not true anymore. I don't know. So yeah, I used to hang on with these kids, and they always had lice, and I don't. But I would get it from them, and I think it's so strange that people were like, "Oh yeah, the ancient Egyptians could build these fantastical pyramids and all this crazy shit, but they didn't know how to control lice." I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit because their architecture was like, and so you're gonna tell me they had like, what is it, a give and take? Like the universal laws of balance are like, you can have all of the mathematical information in the world with the cosmos and the, the consciousness and like the gods, goddesses, and mathematics, but you guys all have to wear wigs because rampant lice. Like, is that what God was doing with that, with Egypt? Like, what's going on? Now, every time I touch my hair, I'm gonna think of lice. Great and fucking tastic. This is wonderful. Okay. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Did you ever like put shit together like with history? You're just like, and now my head's itchy because I said that. Oh my god, I hate everything. Yeah. Anyways, so do you guys ever put together shit from history and you're like, shut the fuck up? Like, what the fuck are you trying to feed people? I don't know, but they're doing extremely well at what they're doing, whatever it is, whatever they're feeding us. It's very strange. But yeah. Yeah, I make a lot of jokes that are pretty dark. I'm very traumatized, and I had a trauma specialist, so I've gone to therapy, and humor is just my superpower, you know? And yeah, yeah, it's crazy. somebody was talking about Batman the other day. I forgot who it was. It was like some dude. He was like, Batman, he's not a fucking superhero. He's like an asshole because he is the most wealthiest man in Gotham. He's a billionaire. He has tons of money and he could really invest into making the city better. But instead, he goes around wearing a costume and beating up mentally ill people and throwing them into this psychiatric ward. Instead of fixing the problems, he actually attributes the problems, and he doesn't really stop them from happening because they always break out of Arkham. So they were basically saying that Batman was also just as bad as the enemies he fights. And I agree. Dude's an asshole. He owes me $50 fucking. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I was just like, oh my god, when you put it that way, yeah, the guy's a fucking dick. What the hell, Bruce? God damn, what a dick. Yeah, when you think of it like that, Batman's kind of an asshole. Yeah, a little bit. Anyways. Yeah, he owes me $50. Anyways. But yeah. I thought that was funny. I was like, you know what? You're onto something. And I like what you're onto. Oh my god. So I woke up at 2 o'clock on this morning, because my husband had to go to work. And, you know, and then like the days, he works either days or nights. And so our shifts oscillate, and it's, I don't know, I don't have a very good routine, but I have a routine for his days and I have a routine for his nights. And what really sucks when he works days, I wake up so early and then I end up taking a nap, and then most of my day has gone to the gods of sleep because I don't sleep at night. And then when time comes for me to go to bed at night, I have to take the word copious amounts of melatonin. And the kind of melatonin I got was not from Walmart. If you know anything about melatonin, you will know that Walmart melatonin will have you seeing demons crawling out of fucking shoes if you take enough of it. If you take enough Walmart melatonin, you will see your face melting in the mirror. I'm not kidding. And if you fight it, if you take enough Walmart melatonin and you fight it, you will start seeing shit that will make you question your reality. So I don't recommend doing that. You can go on a date with the Hat Man. You don't need just Benadryl. Walmart melatonin. Walmart brand expired melatonin. Okay? It'll have you seeing a lot of shit, baby. It'll have you reaching for the stars, honeybee. Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy, but it'll knock you out. But if you try to get up while it's trying to knock you out, bitch, you will be tripping. Okay, like, hell no, fuck that shit. But not as bad as, whenever I did have a mental breakdown and I went to my psychiatrist. Hi. What's up, doctor? Dr. O. Hey. Anyways, just kidding. But yeah, I went to my psychiatrist and he prescribed me, like Lunesta and the antidepressant and anti-panic medication and sleep medication. So I got 3 medications. But the Lunesta, the first time I took it, hell no, you're not supposed to, like, I believe the Americans but like, you know, I digress. No, but seriously, they don't tell you dick about what you're taking. There needs to be a 1-week class you go to once a day, an hour a day, for every medication you are on to understand the side effects, its purpose, its chemical structure, and everything that goes into what it is. Before you take something, you should have to take a goddamn motherfucking class on what it is and how it affects your body, how it affects your pathology, how it will affect your brain, how your body will become codependent upon it, and if you stop taking it too soon, the consequences of those actions or inactions of you just stop taking it. They don't tell us any of that in America. They play darts with your medication. They go, okay, we're gonna put all the pills on the dartboard and we're just gonna swing wild, baby. And they throw it. And they throw it and they go, oh my god, so you got bing bong bing. And then they're like, boop, here's your medication. Call me if you're like thinking about offing yourself. See ya, babe. Mwah. You know, and then I'm just like, okay, the American Psychiatric. Okay, all right, player. Okay. So then what do? I take Lunesta, or off-brand Lunesta. Lunesta, okay. Didn't know anything about it, so I guess I'm fucking stupid. I should have came home and like fucking researched Lunesta, and there was like active lawsuits. Let me just explain my experience, and then we'll get into the active lawsuits of what the fuck is going on with that. Okay, so I had trouble sleeping, and so I took it before bed, and the doctor said, you take it before bed, do not get up. Make sure you don't get up. Make sure, we were tracking my heart and my sleep at night, and I was getting about an hour at night of sleep because I wasn't reaching deep sleep. I had a watch, and we were tracking my heart rate and my sleep and everything, and I kept getting disturbed at night. Sometimes it's because of dogs, they itch their butts and it woke me up, but I was not reaching the depth of sleep that I needed to. I would hit REM, and then I'd become awake and aware, and it was all night long. It was just, I was awake. I was not sleeping even though I was in bed. So it was very concerning. The doctor gave me medication that should have knocked me the fuck out. Not his own words, my words, but translated from him to me throughout my mouth, should have knocked me the fuck out, flat on my ass, right? So I take it. I take it. I lay down, and have you ever seen a Tool music video? It was like a fucking kaleidoscope. I closed my eyes, and I was in these hallways of geometrical shapes kaleidoscoping and going. Like I saw this tunnel, and it was kaleidoscoping and going and shaping and forming, and it was just geometrical shapes, and then it was like folding in on itself. It was very confusing, and it scared the fuck out of me because I didn't want to die. I have a huge OCD problem. I have OCD, very, very bad OCD. And one of the things that I have OCD about is OCD. The one thing I have OCD that fucks me up the most is dying while sleeping, or dying in my sleep, or dying in bed. This is I don't know why. So before bed, I always wear something very nice in case somebody finds me and I'm dead. That's something I've done since I was like 3 years old. I've talked about this before on my channel. I used to wear a Cinderella dress to bed every night in case I died in my sleep. As a child, okay? I wanted to look pretty while I slept in case I died. It stuck with me. I'm 32. I'm still doing that shit to this day. I have very nice nightgowns. I have very nice vintage nightgowns I wear. Anyways. So, yeah, I take it. I start seeing some fucking geometrical kaleidoscopy bullshit, right? And I was supposed to be asleep all night. Like a good solid, 10 hours of sleep. I wake up 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting up. I rise out of bed like motherfucking Dracula. I shit you not. Like, I popped up out of bed, eyes wide open, and I said, oh, I'm awake. And it did the opposite for me. So Lunesta was supposed to make me go to sleep, but it did the opposite for me. It actually woke me up, like, and my brain was like trying to go do shit. And I was like, no, you need to go back to bed. Like, I overfought that want to go get up and do things. And I thought it was really weird. Like, I couldn't control what was happening. I was just like a baby again in my head. I was like, oh, I guess I'm up. I guess it's time for me to wake up. Okay. And I sat up and I got up and I looked outside and it was pitch black and I was confused because I was so awake. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning and I was like, oh no. Like, anyways, so I go online the next day. I tell my husband about it. I go, hey, it woke me up. It did not keep me asleep at night. It woke me the fuck up. Like, I was ready to go and like get in the car and do shit. That's very weird. That's peculiar. I don't like it. So I go online. Reddit is a fantastic source of humans dumping information, which is great. Information is fantastic to have. Just unbiased clusterfuck information. It's fantastic. It's good stuff. Um, so I'm going through the Reddits and everything online, every forum and whatnot about this Lunesta. Well, it had active lawsuits for people sleepwalking. Motherfuckers were sleepwalking on Lunesta. I was sleepwalking, and people were getting in the car, driving, and like killing people on Lunesta, and not knowing they did it. Not knowing they did it. And so it took my OCD from dying in my sleep to something worse than dying in your sleep. Having a whole nother second life while I was asleep. There's another aspect of my personality that wakes up and fucking sleepwalks. I have OCD. That shit freaked me the fuck out. I also have like depressive order and panic attacks. And so that fucked me up in the brain. Okay, I'm very traumatized. And that sent my little traumatic brain to a very dark place. A very dark place. Because I was like, holy fucking shit. What if I wake up and I hurt somebody? And I have no recollection of it at all. Like, and so then that thought fucked my entire life up. My entire life up. And my mom had just died, and I was getting over all these, the panic attacks. I was blacking out, vomiting. I was already losing control of my body. And so I felt like, scared. I was so scared. And every time I got scared, I would have a panic attack. It was horrible. And so then I got scared about taking Lunesta at night, and I was scared that my doctor, I was like I had this thought, I was like, oh my god, what if my psychiatrist starts taking my blood and he finds out that there's not enough Lunesta in my blood, and then he makes me take it again, and then I take it, and then I hurt somebody, and I don't have any recollection of it, and then I go to jail, and then my kids don't have a parent anymore, and like my brain like went from 0 to 100 very quickly and made millions and millions of branched off lightning strike ability of this fucking brain I have, where it can be used for good, but it was using it, my own brain was using me for evil. Fear. And so then I would get panic attacks in my heart, and it was just completely out of control. I was so fucking out of control. So anyways, Walmart melatonin, best friend, because Lunesta will make you sleepwalk and you could hurt yourself or somebody else. And if something did happen, which there was a lot of strange things happening at that time, I was getting phone calls from people who were in other situations, in dangerous situations, and they needed someone to talk to, or if a phone call would have awoken me from my Lunesta sleep, I don't know what I would have said to them, or if I would have gotten in a car and drove off, I wouldn't know. It would be a whole nother life I was living without any recollection of it. And so it freaked me the fuck out. To say the least, I was fucking mind fucked by myself. And that scared me. That scared me so much. Like, I was freaking the fuck out. A fucking lawsuit, bitch. You think that your fucking psychiatrist would give you a fucking heads up. But here's the thing. A lot of the psychiatrists, I think they get paid to pimp out some of these pills. And so you really have to be careful and cautious of what they give you. I was talking to my trauma specialist, and she said that one of the things I think I take, she said that they don't prescribe it anymore because it is so addictive, and if you get addicted to it and you stop taking it, you could die. Bada boom. Like, you could die. And so, oh, what? And then I find out that most of my family connections and my family friends have been addicted to it before, especially in high school when they were younger, and they had to go to rehab for it. Multiple of them had to go to rehab for it. And I was confused because when I take it, all I do is do the laundry. Like, it forces me to slow down. I only take half of one, my panic medication. It forces me to slow down. And then for some reason, all of the clutter in my head goes away, and I could focus really good on one thing exactly. How they were describing the effects on their body, it was completely different. And they had become addicted to it. I understand that everything can be addictive to an extent, but the effects it had on my body, I don't think I would want to get addicted to it. Like, it didn't feel addictive, but I understand addiction. So when I'm about to have a panic attack or I'm in a very, very hardcore depressive episode, I'm talking like screaming, crying. I'm not screaming at anybody, but like I'm scream crying. I'm just like, like, I have isolated myself and I just won't stop crying. Um, and it's about to trigger a panic attack. I'll take half of one, and that helps me take those gigantic emotions that I'm capable of and nullify those mountains into molehills, I suppose. Or something. It takes mountains and makes them into anthills, which I enjoy. That's nice. But only when they are immovable mountains do I ever take anything. But yeah, that scared me. So I realized that Lunesta had a effect on certain people, that certain medications affect certain bodies in different way. We all have a genetic map of background that we are unaware of. For the most part, everything in life we're unaware of. We're unaware of our ancestors' stories, of our blood type. There's a lot of investigation, self-investigation that has to happen for any real progress to be made in each individual's life. Um, a lot of the time, we end up wrestling with our ancestors' decisions that they have made that are still impacting us to this day. For instance, there is a legend or a story that the Kennedys, before they left Ireland or the UK, they destroyed a fairy fort, which is why the Kennedys have had such atrocious luck. Is because they destroyed a fairy fort. And also, the DeLorean plant, the person who owned that also destroyed a fairy fort, and we all know what happened with the DeLoreans. Don't fuck with the fairies. Anyways, yeah, don't fuck with the fairies. Don't be a dick. Don't destroy fairy forts, and you won't have centuries of bad luck following you. But yeah, it's not a secret that the Kennedys, their family, destroyed a fairy fort before coming over to America. Yeah, and some people ascribe their bad luck to that. Yeah, a lot of weirdness. Anyways, so yeah, I thought that was very crazy because what I experienced with that stuff was very trippy, very scary, very freaky deaky. And then whenever I take melatonin, I just feel like I'm in the water for too long and I'm like kind of floating on the waves, and then I could go to bed. And I feel like it's safer. Now, can that become addictive? Sure. I think, like I said, everything can become addictive to some extent. Whenever your body becomes codependent on an external source for something, it stops creating its internal source of whatever, yeah, it was just very strange. Always do your independent research. You can get a blood test done to do some kind of genetic mapping to see which medications would work best with your body and blood type and which ones would cause very negative reactions. I don't know why that these things aren't just readily available. I told my husband it feels like we're all living in a giant science experiment, and they keep adding variables and taking things away and just seeing how humans are going to react and respond and how do you say, reproduce. React, respond, reproduce, and then the outcome it's weird. And then some people choose not to have children, and I think that they feel that they are in control more of their destiny when they don't have children. They feel like perhaps they can exit this kind of wheel of torture or wheel of fortune a little bit more soon. Is it samsara, the wheel of the karmic wheel, which is that's sweet and admirable to be like, I don't want to have kids because I just want to end karma. I want it to end with me. Cool. That's sweet. That's very nice. It's neato bandito chikorito. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that still need to be cleared, and individual karmic clearing is so important because it does help the mass at large. when you do your individual work on yourself, it does affect the rest. I don't know if humans have a hive mind. I feel like they do. I feel personally, then they could be equated to the collective unconscious mind, but we do have a hive mind. You could tell whenever you feel something happening on the other side of the earth and you don't know about it, and then you go read a news article. I mean, maybe if it's in the air or if it's in the whatever the vibrations, somehow, some way, we're still getting that information. We're still being impacted from things here from on the other side of the planet. Hi, my husband called me and I forgot to finish filming because I took a nap, and then now I have to do the laundry. So this is the vlog for today. That's it. This is the vlog for today. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you are doing well. Don't forget to take your medication, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.